Very shortly after I completed the new worst job run, I did a stream where I tried to speed run through the game with a new best job run. But I did do it in one 24-hour period, but I don't know if my life was improved by the experience. Unlike the new worst jobs run, there's actually a lot less differences than the original best jobs run. And another dissimilarity is I do think there might be a definitive best job set. Blue Mage and Chemist are no-brainers. With Darkspark, level 2 ult, and the level mixes, you can kill basically anything in the entire game with level 5 death. And for everything else, there's Mighty Guard, White Wind, Death Potion, Life Shields, etc. For this run, my other two are Time Mage, also returning from the last run, but replacing Ninja is the Mystic Knight. I think, all things equal, realistically, Samurai should have been here. Guild Toss is a top 3 ability in the game, but since I banned that on this channel, here we are. I know that Time Magic feels redundant to some people since Hermes Sandals are the best accessory in the game, but Time is way more than Hastega. Well, even Hastega is great, because you can have it for World 2 X-Death and Melusine. And Haste is an awesome spell to have even before that. But Slow is the best debuff because there's like 2 or 3 enemies that are immune to it. Meteor is a great damaging spell. And Quick is, as I oft repeat, the best spell in the game because just immediately doing 2 things uninterrupted is crazy overpowered. Plus 40 levels, Protect, Shell, and Haste to the entire party, quadruple Meteor? Yes, thank you. Ninja is definitely busted because of, well, everything, really, but I went with Mystic Knight because I love Sleep Blade, I love Flare Blade, and I love Break Blade. Even with Guild Toss banned, I could have gone with Summoner, or just did a more optimal run with Ninja since now I know about getting blue spells through Confusion, or some other third thing, but this is what I went with, and now we all have to deal with the consequences. You know how Red Mage and Monk are the kings of World 1 that immediately fall into irrelevance once you fall into that carbuncle, no, not that one, island? Mystic Knight is that, but great for the whole game. They can still easily wipe so many of the World 1 bosses since just about everything is weak to something. I mean, yeah, I'm underleveled for the majority of the adventure, but even with a lack of planning and many mistakes, I can still win with minimal worries. Seriously, when I say I'm underleveled, I'm not kidding. Fucking game just crashed. Blizzara Blade continues to be good. Gotta spam Deathclaw a few times on Byblos because even in a successful run, he has to be saying something. And thank God I can go another run without having to farm for those stupid axes. I stopped farming Reflect Rings a while ago because they didn't end up being worth the effort, but I don't think I'll ever think that about the Death Scythe. My level is still horrifically low, so I'm shocked I can tank an Aqua Breath at all. But Galoof continues his winning streak. He literally cannot lose. I should have made him the Blue Mage for Sandworm just to really rub it in. The Cray Claw fight lasted longer than Byblos. That feels wrong. This guy is supposed to be insta'd by Thundara Blade. What am I doing here? Nice level 20, idiot. I've seen Naomi use Aqua Breath so much in her playthrough that it's starting to rub off on me. 38 MP? Come on, man. Apparently the launchers here are level 50? Why? Well, thanks to the chat member who told me that. Unfortunately, I fumbled the buttons and got Lena ulted, though. No Spellblade usage here. Thundara will do a little more than the base Coral Sword, but I'm not sure if the turn spent doing that is really worth it. In the long run, it probably is, with haste and slow and all that, but this is not the boss that I'm too worried about min-maxing my odds on. Blue Mage can't really do much here. Era doesn't work, Goblin Punch isn't gonna hit very hard, but I really should have just had Galoof as another Coral Sword user. Again, not worried so much about efficiency. The jobs here are carrying me so hard that my brain can be freely turned off. Oh, to be a party with Beastmaster. Soon. Alright, I learned after this run that I could just Darkspark level 5 this guy's first phase. Didn't know that at the time, so here's what I got. Before starting anything, putting up regen on haste on everyone while his moveset is limited. I put up slow every 1600 damage or so, since any debuffs or buffs he might have get cleansed on element switch. My damage this fight is pretty shit. Era is great first phase while he's weak to wind, but that does not last long, so I have to rely on my ancient sword or flamethrower. This is a good point to mention that the reason why I'm playing GBA is almost purely for Vampire being buffed. Unlike the worst run where I was aiming to play the most tedious and unfair run possible, this time I wanted to make the party as overpowered as the system would allow me to be. There was probably at least one other reason I chose GBA over Pixel Remaster, but I bet it really did just come down to Vampire being a full heal, and emulator fast forward. With all that said, I finally chew through whatever 1600 times 4 is. Level 5 death, fuck you. Meteor bosses, here we go. Takes a few death claws to get Manticore down, but I finally hit it and kill him. The first Titan fight feels familiar somehow, but the second one was just a matter of keeping Ferris at full health. The one thing that the worst run had over this is HP, and that's not just because the levels on average were like twice as high that time. All forces around me are trying to convince me that Aqua Breath is good, actually, and I'm not having that shit. There's nothing much to talk about with Gilgamesh. Set up haste, use mute, fish for old with ancient sword. We have the chemist now, but since this was a pseudo speed run, there weren't many times where I was trying to stick around for material grinding. Not that it doesn't happen, but I was trying to minimize it. I do have some level drinks at least, so down some of those and knife away. That damage is bad, but it's a start. Rod-boosted flamethrowers are a decent option for Blue Mage right now. Really, I'm just chipping away with swords and knives until the fight is over. This fight might be a speed run, but I am gonna French all over those statues for a bit. Ugh. More Deathclaw, more Aqua Breath being shockingly practical. Teleport, my god, I don't have to backtrack out of every dungeon for once. Dark Spark, level 5 death, fuck you. I can't prove this, but a part of me believes that Metamorph has a 99% lower chance of turning into Enchanted Fan if you have a Blue Mage in your party. I really wish I had more Dark Matters for Death Potions. My current low level means that Deathclaw accuracy is complete shit. After just futilely trying it over and over, I opt to boost my levels a bit with Mix, and even then it barely works. And on top of that, if I fuck up the timing with the crystal going too soon, or if I don't have someone ready to attack, I'm gonna get wiped with whatever full party spell they have. It really is just a 5 to 6 minute fight of Samson's Might, Deathclaw, Samson's Might, etc. Death Potion would have skipped all that shit. I guess that's another reason why Beastmaster would have been good. More Dark Matters from the prototypes. It's time to get White Wind. That red rabbit in the back has it, but there's a couple caveats. First, it doesn't have enough MP to cast it for some reason, even though its gimmick is that it casts Arise on death. Speaking of, second, when confused, it also tries to cast Arise, so I have to gamble with Confusion Dance with the Dancing Dagger, then hope it uses White Wind after I feed it an Ether. Keep in mind, at this point, I forgot that there was a Confusion mix, and someone had to remind me of it way later. Unbelievably, things fell into place almost perfectly. I didn't get White Wind on the first try, it did smack itself out of Confuse a couple times, but I repeatedly got the Confusion Dance when I needed it, and I don't know if that actually is good luck or not, but for this encounter it definitely is. Okay, this bridge. It's not supposed to be that fast, right? It isn't like this in the other two versions. Xdeath's Architect is a freak. While no ninja means no smoke, I do have teleport. Time Mage isn't nearly as fast, and it does have an MP cost, but I have a gold pin, so nothing that a cottage at the end can't fix up. Alright, let's get a... Where's level 2? Get fucked. I can't believe we had struggled so much on the goddamn crystals, and then Xdeath. Like, you can't look at that and tell me that Blue Mage is not like one of the a top 3 job. Like, you can't tell me that. I didn't need Beastmaster's control for that. You can just get that normally. The gargoyles are vulnerable to time slip, apparently. I was trying to sleep sword them, but hey, experimentation begets results. Aqua Breath, I'm not gonna say it. Sleep Sword, Flamethrower, although this one takes a while because this knockoff Phyra stopped being good quite a while ago. Another very short side tangent to grind some Dragon Fangs, followed by what I think are the stupidest hidden chests in the game. Wendigo doesn't change which one is real until you hit one, so Sleep Sword them all, and then I do full party magic until it dies. I don't know if it's better to focus all attacks on one, then wake up the others and maybe they'll just die, or maybe it'll completely fuck up up the fight? I'm not gonna be the guy to find out right now. Same thing as last run, I need some reflect rings, and this time I got a nice return spell to simplify the process. The similarities don't stop there. I have 3 people fighting Minotaur, and they all got wrecked on the first go. This did get me to realize not only that my levels continue to be bad, but also how poor these guys perform in just straight up no gimmick fights. It's interesting, in a way, that you can measure the practicality of something in Final Fantasy V based on how much you need to rely on straight up brawling. The worst run is heavily dependent on hitting the damage cap with Sword Dance, this run with the various insta-kills everyone could pull off. When you've got Minotaur, a guy who just wants to slug you for hundreds or thousands of damage, it puts things into perspective. And my perspective was realizing, oh damn, the chemist has the highest strength of these 3. I'll beef up their levels and just swing with the chicken knife. And wouldn't you know, it actually worked out. Somehow. I really should have put Spellblade on the chemist and sent her over to Omniscient. Mystic Knight's shield would have done wonders against this dude. Broke, the moon landing was fake. Woke, the moon landing is real. Bespoke, the moon landing was filmed on the moon. Speaking of things I should have done, Mighty Guard time. Someone telling me about the confusion mix, like I said earlier, means I can stop gambling with the dancing dagger. But the bigger problem is killing this thing. I did come up with a strategy, stupid as it was. Level 5 death. Damn. Level 5 death. I'm just gonna keep using it till it works. It will work eventually. Streamer, I think you're underleveled. I don't know what would give you that impression. Hey, first try. I came back here to get level 5 Flare, but unfortunately, the Ankegs and Ammonites are not... Oh, okay. With Time Mage, I actually have a reason to kill these guys. Meteor is mine. Grabbing the other free Aegis shield, I'm going straight to the final dungeon. I can get a little free EXP with the starting enemies thanks to level 3 Flare, but otherwise I'm teleporting all the way to the end. Although before the long streak of bosses, I had to take a little intermission to stream with Naomi.
I wanna ask the husband. What's the last name of Obama? What's Obama's last name?
Reflect Ring turns Caliphisteri's AI off, but she still takes a weirdly long time to die. Good thing Meteor doesn't care about Reflect, else this fight might have taken very slightly longer, since I still have Flare Blade. If there's another weakness of this party I can say, it's no Chicken Knife command. I do just have to gamble on Flee every time attack, but unlike Sword Dance, the odds felt much more in my favor. Guess that's another point in Samurai's favor. Viraga Spellblade and more Meteors, but have you seen how piss poor my HP is now? Those drains and wind slashes actually do quite a number to me. Frail as a panda is, he comes pretty close to clearing me, true to his roots as a library boss recolor. Oh, here's some Avis enemies. I guess I never thought about it since they don't look like Zoo. I kill some on the way to the castle for some quick dragon fangs. Not sure if I needed the whole stack I ended up with, but while I'm here, you know? I remember the first time I did this strategy to Azalmagia, I said I'd never gotten it to work right, and ever since then it's worked first try every time. I wonder what changed. I have Float legitimately now, no gimmick needed, so I have a reason to cheese him with the Reflect Ring I stole earlier. It's the little things, like Float and Teleport, that really make me bitter about how little I get to use this damn job. This is the best use for Recover in the game as far as I'm concerned. Quick Meteor, suck my ass. Remember White Wind? For how much I pined for it, like 5 minutes ago. I don't use it much. I even got Mind Blast for my efforts. Thanks a lot. Leave me alone. I'd say that being able to clear the barriers in one turn with death potions makes up for the crystals fight, but I will still be bitter about it. Flash doesn't affect Ferris, the only one that would matter, so more Aga Spellblade and Aroga's Fly. He only gets one move off between now and the end, and it just completely whiffs. The thing I remember most about this fight is how Meteor does surprisingly little damage. Odd decision to give a boss with all elemental weaknesses a shockingly high magic defense. You're not gonna trick me into using Flare. Average level 26, everyone with triple digit health. Yeah, this looks fine to beat the game with. Sad for me, I don't have ribbons to nullify a white hole. One more point to Dancer. I guess Mighty Guard will have to do. Every job setup has some weakness. I'm putting all my levels into the Ferris-shaped basket. It got to where Breakblade was doing over 6,000. Even when someone does die to something like Meteor or Holy, Mix is right there behind me to give MP-less arises. Phoenix Down plus Potion is a full revive, that's just absurd. Breakblade Almagest, since even with Mighty Guard I'm pretty confident my current party would get team-wiped by it, or at least put me very disturbingly close to death. Darkspark level 5 death on the top part, this is looking pretty familiar right now. Grand Cross comes out, I still got no ribbons. I didn't think about using the mix to make everyone heavy or immune to insta-kill, so part of me is worried about what dumb shit this game could pull out of its ass. Mini Chemist. Alright, well, okay. Yeah, that Flare Blade is probably doing twice the damage cap. Really wish pre-PS1 Final Fantasies had some kind of damage cap remover. That's the top part down. We're already done here. With the magic lamp being used on the free turns, Odin is free to come out and destroy the final segment. That's Final Fantasy V with one of the best job sets available. Not counting the level 1 challenges, this is far and away the lowest level I've beaten the game with. Even lower than the advanced run where I cheated and used a glitch to skip Neo X Death. Oh yeah, you're probably wondering about Shinryu and Omega, right? I mean, I tried them on the worst job, so... you know what? I'm not... No, hell no. Hell no.